Hey guys, welcome back to Wicked Wand Tarot. My name's Carmen, and today we have a reading for somebody that is, I get the feeling they're kind of experiencing a drought or feeling unlucky in love. And a lot of that has to do with what feels like an avoidance or unwillingness to address somebody that really kind of got under their skin or made them fall for them. So, could be a bit of a no contact reading, a little bit of divine feminine, but let's call it in spirit with a little bit of wind chime time. And I hope you're having a wonderful day. I have missed you guys. You may be able to tell from the state of my fingernails that I've been doing some additional moving. I went back to Minnesota and cleared out my storage unit. So forgive me for being gone for a while. I've missed you guys. I'm happy to be back. Let's dive right in though. Again, hope you're having a great day. This is the situation deck. I think I said divine feminine, didn't I? So we definitely have somebody here who doesn't have to be a female, remember, somebody who has really demonstrated the ability to create the life they want and move away from the energies that were holding them back. And it looks to me like there are maybe some people who feel a little bit intimidated by this divine feminine. Um, I feel in particular there are people who try to frame this divine feminine up to be somebody that she wasn't. And now there's like proof that this feminine energy is who she said she is or who she said she was. And somebody feels like they have to apologize. Desire in the reverse and single in the reverse. I think there was some sort of rumor or scandal regarding somebody having an extramarital affair or having tension with somebody outside of a relationship. And it's been proven that this person was exaggerating or finding fault where there was none. In other words, this divine feminine is not swayed by lust or sexual tension as easily as some maybe wanted people to think she was. Again, don't let the gender be too much of a focus for you, but this person was respectful of their relationship where others were pretty certain that she was not. Hello there, Miss Joanna. How are you? I missed you too. Let's see what else we have for the divine feminine here. So we have lesson learned and interview in the reverse. This to me is loudly proclaiming that this feminine energy has been able to learn the lesson, see their own value and greater clarity, and move on from this situation without really having what most people would consider to be closure. So, this is somebody who has managed to basically realize that closure isn't required for every situation that you have. You are able to just kind of tidy things up and move forward if you need to. Hi there, Jimmy. How are you doing? We've got, I think, a little bit of a pull from the Marigold Tarot, so we'll go there next. Really? We have the Ace of Swords in the reverse and the King of Rings or King of Pentacles in the reverse. Yeah. There was somebody who was trying to undermine the reputation of this divine feminine by implying that this person was disloyal, by implying that this person was perhaps willing to do things for money or use people for money. There was an attempt to make this person seem less caring or genuine than they are. Hi there, Kevin. How are you doing? And the divine feminine, you've probably heard me talk about this before, but that is an energy, that Empress energy is really hard to fake. And what happens when people encounter a divine feminine or a divine masculine is there's some sort of reflection on their own situation, right? Like comparison or even jealousy for some, right? So I feel like when this divine feminine encountered this group of people or this community, there was a desire to paint her in a particular way because that was what suited the community. That's what they wanted. But at the end of the day, they're all feeling a little bit silly, a little bit like a whole ass clown because they were proven wrong. Whatever the rumors or the attempt to kind of knock this person's reputation, it's over now. It's quite clear that this person is, I think, primarily not making decisions based on lust or desire, right? Hi there, Anton. How are you doing? Miss Patricia, hello. Happy day indeed. I really did miss you guys. So we have death indicating that there's a transformation happening. And it feels to me like it's a transformation that's very organic, something where nobody can really say anything against this divine feminine anymore because there's been something really obvious that proved who this person truly is. Because now we have the King of Swords, which to me is coming out as a very grand and like in your face representation of somebody's truth. That's a very big sword that the King of Swords has here. And there's an air of authority, right? Now, this could indicate that we have somebody that's a little bit more mind over heart, like a little bit heartless at times from other people's perspective. But I think more so, this is somebody who knows where to invest their energy and where to not invest their energy. And if there was something about this relationship that they were in that was not up to their standards or not valuing the divine feminine's energy, then there may have been a realization that what was broken could not be fixed, and that relationship may have ended. For some of you, the relationship was left intact. If this person was healed enough to understand how to be a good partner, that's entirely possible for a number of you. However, I think for the majority of you, I'm reading for somebody where this relationship was strained as a result of the partner not being able to fully invest in their own intuition, and they maybe fell prey to the gossip or the chatter when they shouldn't have. This could have just meant, you had a little bit of an argument when you really shouldn't have had to defend yourself. But this person, and I think many others, are realizing that the divine feminine is who she said she was, and therefore there may be a number of people trying to work their way back into her life. But remember, we have interview or conversation in the reverse. And with the Knight of Rings or Knight of Pentacles in the reverse, this is telling me that this is not a very easy mission to embark upon or complete. If you're trying to get back into the good graces of the divine feminine after not defending her or not being willing to at least talk through the situation, it's a pretty steep hill to climb. This is somebody who would not be very interested in reestablishing connections with people that didn't really show a desire to understand what the truth was, i.e., if you're just going to take somebody's word for who I am instead of actually talking to me about the situation, how much value can you actually contribute to my life? You haven't shown yourself to be a very discerning individual, and I value people that use their intuition, or I value people that know how to use discernment. And if you cut off good people in favor of low vibe people, I think you've already shown me who you are, right? And with the Queen of Wands coming out with the World in the reverse, we know that there is a sense here that this divine feminine is aware of the idea that whatever is like meant for my path, meant for my life, that will be in my life. So it's one of the bigger lessons I personally have had to learn, which is very freeing. The idea that as a warrior queen, again, don't rely too heavily on that gender. Whatever is meant to be will be. And if people flow out of your life, they could just as easily flow right back in. If it's meant to be, it will be. the world in the reverse is like, it ain't over until the fat lady sings, right? There could be some things that develop here that are a little bit unpredictable for the divine feminine, despite her strong intuition. But I do think there's a level of acceptance here, which in my book, that's like freedom, actual freedom. I don't have to do anything that I don't want to do, or I don't have to be in anybody's life that I don't have to be or I don't want to be, because whatever is meant to be will be, and I'm okay or I'm content to be a bit of a hermit as I wait for my soul tribe, or because I'm sticking to the boundaries that I've established for myself. Empress, boss bitch. So this is somebody who knows how to make things better, which is such a simple compliment. But it's like, I'm going to make lemonade out of lemons. I'm going to take the resources that I have and build something that nobody expects. And the odd little comparison in my mind right now is somebody who knows how to take um, old furniture and shine it up and make it pretty, reupholster it or sand it down and repaint it. People who take old things and make them beautiful again, specifically more like the restoration kind versus I'm gonna, paint everything white and make everything shiplap. Sorry. But like I'm not going to give up on the things that were once beautiful just because they need a little bit of work. So this Empress is able to bring in new life where there was previously death, because we are clarifying the death card, right? So there is, as many of you might be experiencing spring right now, those little green buds on the trees, those are coming out for this Empress's life. We have the Two of Rings and the Eight of Cups. The Two of Rings is the Two of Pentacles in this deck. Hello there, Miss Christina, I've missed you. And we've got a sense here, because this is a really romantic Two of Rings. Like, we've got hands that are holding each other, right? Like, there's a partnership, a coming together, something that happens as a result of walking away. So if this Empress or Divine Feminine has walked away from a family, a community, a job, a relationship, you know how sometimes relationships have contingent relationships, like, oh, I met you through Bob, so now we're friends, that kind of thing. There's a sense here that this Empress is content to rely on, you know, 1, 2, or 3 sunflowers, but I don't need a million of them, right? So there's close relationships, but only ones that demonstrate a high vibration. Queen of Cups in the reverse, Five of Swords. Queen of Cups in the upright is a beautiful energy. This is the sweetheart queen. In the reverse, you can imagine things get a little bit less comforting. We have somebody here who was willing to use emotional manipulation in order to guarantee that some sort of relationship or connection would not be successful. So for a while now, we've had kind of a recurring story of a love connection being kind of spoiled or prevented or tainted or ruined, whatever you want to call it, by an external influence. Now, this could be a group of people, it could be a mother-in-law, it could be a best friend, but whatever it was, there was some sort of twisting of the facts or creative adjustment of the reality in order to try to pin this divine feminine as somebody that she was not. Maybe like unreasonable or unfaithful, whatever it was. This attempt to blindfold somebody to the truth or to make it so that somebody couldn't see the divine feminine for who she really was is being eradicated. This gossip or rumor is being laid bare for the blatant dishonesty that it was. And it's having consequences on somebody. Whoever was trying to keep these two people apart, they're now looking at some of their own karma. In other words, they may have been trying to sequester this divine feminine, make it so that she was unable to socialize or feel good about herself. And all of that stuff that they were wishing on the divine feminine is actually coming back on them. There may have been an attempt to mess with your intuition or your discernment, try to confuse you in terms of who you could trust. And now that clarity is returning if it hasn't already. And people are also seeing this person for who they are. So, one of my favorite things about the laws of the universe is the truth will always come out. It might take a while, but it will always come out. And here we have the King of Swords. Again, we had him up here as well. So we could be dealing with a Gemini, Libra, or Aquarius. But I think more importantly, we're dealing with somebody here who has heard a lot. And they're open to new information. They have like elephant ears on this guy, you guys. It's a little bit crazy. But to me, this is really communicating that somebody is open to a new perspective. Somebody is listening to the truth now. Amen, Jimmy. And you know what? It's just the easiest thing for people to throw around when they know that they can't emotionally manipulate you. But you get to a point where it's like, you said, what about me? Oh, that's cute. Is that because when you talk about yourself, nobody listens? Okay. I understand now why you talk about other people. Seven of Wands and the Nine of Cups. You defended yourself. You did what you needed to do to better your own life. And that did result in some people talking about you because you didn't fall into the traps they wanted you to fall into. You didn't fight back the way they wanted you to. They wanted you to make yourself look bad by coming after them, and you didn't need to. You just, oh, yeah, that doesn't work on me. But thanks for trying. You know? Exactly. Hello there, Dina. How are you doing? Queen of Wands in the reverse. Oh, okay. I see how it is. It's like somebody felt, this is your exact opposite. This is spooky, you guys. So right here, we have the Queen of Wands and the Empress. Queen of Wands and the Empress in the reverse. So what do we have here? We have somebody who has a lack of empathy, a lack of compassion, a lack of making things happen in their own life. They rely on others. They need other people to feed them, to cook for them, to buy them things. This is somebody who uses or clout chases, social climber, whatever you want to call it. But this person trades in reputation, in rumors, in information, and then they use it against people as needed. So this is somebody who, I'm sure all of you know somebody like this. Somebody who loves to pretend that they're your best friend or somebody's best friend just so that they can get some information on you. And then try to use that to gain favor with others. Like, oh, well, you know what I heard about so-and-so? Mm-hmm. Yeah, it was crazy. And unfortunately for this Empress in the reverse, as I said at the beginning of the reading, it's very difficult to mimic this Empress energy for very long, right? This is somebody who thought that they could make you look worse than you are so that they could claim or continue to claim to be an Empress style, right? Like high value individual. Four of Wands and Three of Wands, both in the reverse. They did not expect this setback. They did not expect consequences for their actions. Oh, that's so cute. They're getting consequences for their actions, and they're being told they need to go a different way. If you saw the title It was, don't you want somebody to love? And yes, I do love me some Jefferson Airplane. But specifically, this is from the Empress in the reverse. She is saying this to, I think, a love interest that she views you as a rival for. Again, lay the genders as they belong for you. But this is a romantic rival who figured they could tell everybody your business, make up business, make you sound horrible because they had their sights set on somebody that was actually interested in you. Two of Pentacles in the reverse. Fool in the reverse. So they thought they would go nuclear on the situation and do something that made you look completely awful. But they didn't plan well enough to avoid their own karma, right? And I mean, can you ever really avoid your own karma? I don't know. Kind of doubt it. And if there was a magic wand, I don't even know if I'd want it. Like, there is a value to learning your lesson, and somebody here is refusing to do it. And it's only making matters worse. Every now and then I get a picture of a Chinese finger trap, and I'm getting that right now. And it's the idea that if somebody just took their lessons and ran with it instead of like, man, I don't want to do that. Like, they made it worse for themselves by not wanting to accept the reality of the situation, by not wanting to accept that you actually are who you say you are. This person has tried to impact your money. They have only made your blessings double, triple, quadruple, whatever it is. It's like the universe now wants to really double down on their lesson for this karmic person and make sure that they understand that you are actually better than you said you were. What? You're famous now? What? You get a promotion now? Like, there's something here that's going to make this person feel extra clownish. Extra clownish. Yes, exactly, Christina. Yeah. You guys get it, and that's what I love about you. Aside from your wicked sense of humor. Two of Swords in the reverse. Remember, we had the Two of Swords in the upright right here. Somebody wanting to blindfold others to your magic or what you have to offer. And with the Two of Swords in the reverse and the Four of Pentacles in the reverse, there's no hope for them to continue this particular campaign. There are too many people that have realized what's actually going on. They see through the shenanigans. They see through this person's lies. And with the Tower in the reverse, we have somebody losing everything they thought they could keep by lying about you. So for a lot of you, this is a relationship or a love interest or some sort of clout or reputation within a community being lost because they tried so hard to keep you in your place and retain their sense of leadership, power, or being desired, right? This for me is like the tarot version of that Chinese finger trap. You can try as hard as you want to not let an ending happen. But if it is meant to happen, it will happen. And if you kick it down the road and try to delay it, you're only making it a more difficult ending because you're the Empress in the reverse. I don't think you are, but whoever this person is that wanted to pretend they were the Empress when they were clearly the Empress in the reverse, they are losing what they thought they could crazily hold on to and retain at your loss, right? What else do we have for the Divine Feminine, please? We have thoughts, coffin in the reverse, and change in the reverse. There is a relatively quiet third party in here that gives me a bit of a masculine vibe. Somebody who expected to not think about you, expected to not yearn for you, expected that if you were out of sight, you would also be out of mind. But there has been no change to how they think about you, how they wonder what's going on, what you feel for them. And I think wonder how they should have handled the situation differently, right? Because they know that they have experienced a great loss here by not communicating honestly with you. So this could be somebody who was thinking they needed to step away, and they realized doing so only led to their losing their biggest blessing. Yeah. You were a gift in their life, and they squandered it. So we have sudden wealth coming in, right underneath great fortune in the reverse. It's almost like funds are being taken from whoever was trying to pretend they were better than you and just like given to you. Like Robin Hood's coming through, taking stuff from the rich and giving it to you. With courthouse, there may be some sort of legal judgment here. You may get some sort of satisfactory result from suing a company, restraining order, something along those lines. There's some legal component here. You may have to move out prematurely from a lease. There's something here that's going to work in your favor, in addition to you having positive movement with your finances. All right, so let's answer a few questions for you guys on what this person, kind of silent one, is thinking. The person that was stuck between the Empress in the reverse and the Empress in the upright. What are they thinking? I'm upset and I need some time to cool down. This person's been lied to. They're frustrated that they believed it. But like I said, this is somebody who feels like they need to apologize. Please accept my apology so that we can move past this. I love you. So this person can't get over you. They really thought they could. I know the clock is ticking for us. Won't you wait for me? There's a time crunch here, and they have not spoken with you about something they feel like they really must speak to you about. Don't go. I'm scared to lose you. Don't give up on me yet. And then we have in the very near future. All right, you guys, I think I'm going to leave it there. It was so nice to see you guys again. I missed you. I'll try to come back as soon as possible. It may be tomorrow. I have a few personal readings to do, but I love you guys. Thank you for joining me today, and have a wonderful rest of your day.